And hi, everyone. So this is a new series kind of put together of what does blank do. And so there's so many moving parts that happen in a transaction. Sometimes you're going to have an escrow. Sometimes you're going to have a lender. Sometimes you're going to have a short sale negotiator. And that's who we have right now. We have Terry Hamill. If you've done a short sale in San Diego, you've probably worked with him. He's a short sale negotiator. So what is a short sale negotiator, Terry?
Basically, we get to do the fun part of the transaction. So, if a house has to be sold for less than what's owed, it becomes a short sale. And listing agents like yourself hire us to negotiate with the banks. And some of the work that we do is negotiation. But the sad fact of the matter is that a lot of what we do is babysit the lender. Most of these lenders don't have a lot of staff right now. And when we submit a file in, one of the biggest jobs that we have to actually do right now, other than obviously negotiating, is making sure that we are enough of a pain to the lender that our file stays at the top of the pile.
So to
keep it moving forward.
Yeah. So to give it behind the scenes. So let's say you're watching right now, you owe more than your property's worth, right? You're looking to basically free it up. I mean, you have a couple avenues you can do. You can just basically give it to the bank, or you can keep making the payments, try a modification. But if you're looking to give it to the bank and have the liens, have everything satisfied, just kind of getting done with the property, that's where the short sale idea comes from. Now, any fees associated with the short sale, right, like realtor fees or short sale negotiator fees, things like that, they're going to get paid by the lender. So don't think that you're going to have to find money out of pocket to sell the property and to bring on a person like Terry or bring on a realtor to help you out. I mean, that's where we come in to make sure that you're taken care of. Right, Terry? Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things when we talk to homeowners and we counsel them is, you shouldn't be paying anything. You're losing the house. If anyone asks you for money, do not give them your credit card, especially on a weekend. There are a lot of short sale scams out there. Charging a seller to do a short sale is not something that's legal. So
there's also sometimes people might have, let's say you're with you have a townhome attached property, a thing like that, and there's fees that are associated with, let's say you're behind on your HOA dues and things like that. Sometimes we can get those items rolled into the negotiation with the lender, or what we've done in the past, we're able to get the buyer to take on some of those fees that the lender won't take on. So any kind of situation you might be dealing with, feel free to reach out to myself or Terry and at least get an idea of what's possible. Now, Terry kind of brought up it previously. These banks are big companies, big entities. So sometimes they can forget about the little people. And that's where Terry, Amy, with these relationships that he's had with these banks and these lenders, he can kind of push the file along to see what needs to be taken care of to kind of go forward. Right, Terry?
Exactly. Yeah. And, we've done so many of these that, we're pretty up to date on legally what the banks are required to do and in what time frames. And, we have no problem filing federal complaints against them to get your file moved forward. The biggest problem that most people have is when they start a short sale is if you don't harass the lenders, it can take forever. I mean, they already take way longer than they should, even with us. And we know what we're doing, but left to their own devices, you're looking 6-8 months, or you just never get a response.
And correct me if I'm wrong. So with a short sale, right, Terry, the things that need to be satisfied to get a successful short sale forward is first the lender. Okay, the lender wants to make sure that the homeowner can't make the payments anymore. Okay, the second one is they want to make sure that the property is worth whatever it might be worth. So they'll get a BPO, get someone out to assess the value. And the third one is that you have a buyer that can make the purchase on that price point.
Correct. Yeah.
And so those three things just have to be satisfied. And if you have any kind of questions about the process, you're curious about the process, you reach out to myself or Terry, and you can find Terry's information in the description below. And feel free to give a call. I mean, you've done how many over your life, Terry?
We've closed a little over 3,100.
Okay. So yeah, 3,100 properties. I mean, if you're dealing with a realtor right now that's not using a short sale negotiator, give them a call and tell them, give Terry a call. You know, I mean, you feel more comfortable if you have someone that specializes in it. There's a lot of things that I do well, my team does well, yet we don't specialize in short sales, in the backroom stuff. I mean, we know the process, the ins and out, yet if the bank is going to pay Terry's fee, why not have him do something that he specializes in?
Most
right?
definitely. Yep.
So any last words of advice, any kind of feedback that you can give
Yeah.
to someone who's thinking
If
about
you
it?
find yourself in trouble, don't wait. The biggest problem that we have are people that wait until, a day or two before an auction. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to get anything done at that point. If you run into a problem making your payments, your first course of action, if you want to keep the house, call your lender. Make sure you take good notes when you speak with them. Try to do some type of loan mod. If that doesn't work, don't wait. I mean, short sales are not overnight things to begin with. So you're not going to be out of your house in a day or two. But you don't want to wait until the end to bring someone like Vinnie in that knows what he's doing. You'll hit a point where there's just not enough time for us to be able to do anything, and the bank at that point won't want to work with you because you've waited so long. So my biggest take home would be don't wait. Be very proactive. Be an advocate for yourself.
And there's a lot of misconceptions. So if your realtor doesn't know the process of what goes into a short sale, because I'll get it from other realtors sometimes, and I'll get it from clients sometimes, but I'll get it from other realtors, not knowing who can buy a short sale. An FHA purchase can happen with a short sale. A VA purchase can happen with a short sale. Those are just on the condition of the property. So just make sure, because you don't want to basically lose your property and not get anything, because there are relocation avenues too, right? You can get some relocation.
Yeah, I mean, there still are. I mean, they're not the relocation money that's out there is not like it was, back in the heyday from like 2010 to 2014, 15. But many of the lenders still do offer relocation. It's never a guarantee, but we always ask for it. You do have to live in the house, though. If you've already moved, they're not going to give it to you. You have to be in the house at the time.
Well, thank you, Terry, for being on here and giving some insight. Anyone watching, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself or Terry, and we'd love to be a resource for you. Thanks, everyone.
Excellent. Thank you.